So, I got a new amp, and honestly, I think it might be one of the best sounding amps I've ever owned. Alright, so let me tell you why this little 20 watt JTM Studio has completely blown me away, and that you've actually already heard it on this channel without even knowing it. This amp has roots that go all the way back to the beginning of Marshall's history, and it actually starts in the United States with Leo Fender. Back in 1952, Leo designed the Bassman amp to go with the P-Bass, but guitar players quickly realized how incredible it was as a guitar amp. Fender quickly leaned into it, and it became one of the most influential guitar amps of all time. So what does any of this have to do with the amp behind me? Well, pretty much everything. So you see, in 1962, Jim Marshall found a need for louder, more aggressive amps in the UK. So he brought back the wildly popular 5F6 Bassman circuit to the UK, slapped in a UK transformer and tubes and a coffin logo, and that became the very first Marshall JTM 45. That design eventually evolved into the Plexi, the sound of rock and roll, but the heart of it all is the original Bassman circuit. And that brings us to what is sitting behind me, the JTM Studio. A modern iteration of the original coffin logo JTM 45, but it's in a super usable 20 watt format that is switchable down to 5 watts. It keeps that classic British chime and breakup, but it now has modern features like power switching, a effects loop, DI out for easy recording, and it has 5881 power tubes like the original. And I'm not exaggerating. Out of all the JTM style amps I've ever tried, including the originals, this may be one of the best sounding iterations I've ever heard. Alright, so enough talking, let's hear this thing. Here's the normal channel by itself, and these are the settings I'm using. So we have presence on 8, bass is rolled off on 2, master and treble pretty much dime, they're at like 9, and the volume is on 7. It's got that classic Marshall EQ to where you pretty much want to roll the bass completely off and everything else is pretty much timed. And then I'm running all this into the aux box. In the aux, I have an open back 412 cab with Greenback speakers with a 57 and a Royer 121. And then all of that is running through an Apollo with an API preamp and channel strip. So I start with the volume on my guitar rolled off, and then I'll open it up. Now, here's the treble channel with the exact same settings. Now, here's how most people run these amps and how you heard it in that intro clip, and that is with both channels jumpered. This is where that amp comes to life, with the big cleans, the edge of breakup tones, and it just absolutely loves to soak up pedals. If you know me, Fender Bassmans and JTM 45s are like my all-time favorite amps. And honestly, I gotta say, the JTM Studio is right up there on the very top with the best of them. It is that good. It sounds expensive, and it feels alive under your fingers. Like, it just feels really good. And the cleans are chimey, and the edge of breakup tones are just perfect. This thing has become one of my favorite amps in the studio, and I hope to have it around for a really long time. I hope you guys get to try one, and if you haven't yet, I highly recommend, if you can, to do so, because it is really a great amp. Hey, I'm Brandon Brashall. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss my other content. And drop a comment below on what do you want to hear this amp paired with, what guitars and what pedals, and I'll be happy to make a video doing so. Hey, until next time, y'all take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.